Welcome to Joe's Astrology. This is the birth chart for Sade. She's a singer, and we don't have the birth time for her. So it would just be the signs and the aspects. And look at that. January 16th, she was born. That's the same day, same birthday as me. So her sun is in that late degree Capricorn, which is in the Virgo decan. She also has Pluto here in Virgo. And Pluto makes a trine by sign to the Sun and makes a trine to Saturn and Mercury. Her moon is in Aries. It's making a square to that Sun. And one thing I like about her music is if you listen to the words and when it came when she was famous, and it's very practical. She offers a lot of wisdom in her music, and you can see that here with the Sun, Mercury, and Saturn in Capricorn, and then making a trine to that Pluto. So she's really bringing that wisdom through her music to the public. Compare that to the pop singers or R&B singers today. And with these squares, you can see the square to the moon there. She's got a square from Mars to Venus. She has a square between this Venus and Neptune. And there's a square between Neptune and Uranus. And there's a square between Mars and Leo. So even the Mars and Uranus. So even that square between Mars and Uranus, uh, a lot of people are attracted to that. It's that very dynamic electrical aspect where it can be unpredictable, in some cases dangerous. People, you know, you could say that it's unpredictable and dangerous, but it also gives somebody that dynamic energy and some excitement about them. So, and you can also see here with all these squares that she's using that life experience that she would have, real practical life experience, and bringing it into her music, as opposed to some musicians where it's everything's all good, it's a dream life, etc. Some of her songs that would correlate to that would be, I think it's called "Hang On to Your Love." Another one, I'm not sure that's the name of the song, but it's the words, or she says, "When are we gonna make a living?" Speaking to the everyday struggle in city life. We see there is a Venus because she is, I would say she represents beauty. A lot of people see her as a beautiful woman and a beautiful voice. And Venus is here making a trine to that North Node in Libra. Libra is ruled by Venus, so the North Node is ruled by Venus. And we can see that easy flowing energy between Venus and the North Node where she's headed. And you can see the South Node in Aries with the moon there, with the moon where she's coming from. Even though it's in Aries, she has the moon moving away, just closely away from the South Node. So she's coming from a place of care. She's coming from a place of family, emotional life, understanding the emotional life of the public. And you can see it's ruled by that Mars, which is in Taurus. So really, Mars in Taurus having her energy in being energized by survival, understanding the struggle of survival, having to live through situations where she's had to hustle and survive, and that's ruling that South Node. So we can see coming from this place of hustle, and bringing that forward here with that Venus in Aquarius, trining that North Node. Aquarius being the social sign, and Venus Venus being there, so she really has a love of social life, a love of the uh, just social society in general, and understanding the diversity in society. And you can see, as I explained, I don't know if I explained that really well, but it really comes together nicely, really showing that she brings that practicality into her music. And a lot of people appreciate that because the majority of people are living that life. And I can appreciate that. I like her music. I would rather listen to Sade than the music that is being pushed out today. I still listen to her music fairly regularly. She does have that work ethic. You can see the Mars trining the sun and all that Capricorn, and really a grand trine in Earth with Pluto there. And Pluto Mars is coming off a trine with Pluto. So you can see the work ethic, the uh, white, the I don't know what the right word is. I was thinking the white collar job, or um, just an understanding of the everyday man there with all that Earth. Her Jupiter is in Scorpio, so adding more, the idea, the psychology of it all. She's with having that Jupiter in Scorpio. It's also in the Cancer decan where it likes to be. So bringing, so there's a good blend here of earth, air, fire, and water. Uh, really giving more of a complete understanding of the human experience. See her Neptune here because she was a musician. Her Neptune is making a square to, I'm sorry, a sextile to Mercury. So a real opportunity for her to uh, bring her imagination to reality and make it real here with Capricorn, with that Capricorn Mercury. Very inspirational mind. So having coming from all that, the place that I mentioned she was coming from, despite all that, being inspired, being optimistic, uh, excited about creating a life for herself. Uranus and Leo, a very unique performer, uh, advanced in her thinking in many ways. And she has that Uranus. She has a Uranus Venus contact there on opposition. So many people might think that she's different in her relationships, and how she sees relationships. You can see in some of her videos there's uh, no real reference to well, I would say there is there you could say there's a reference to being involved in different races, much different than what we see today or what we see commonly in music videos. She would be somebody who is not opposed to dating outside her race, and you can see that there with Uranus Venus. Often when you see Uranus Venus, there could be relationships that are different from whatever the in context of the culture. There could be relationships that are different and considered unusual to the consensus or to the majority. And here is one of the only retrogrades we see, the Uranus and the Pluto really redoing that Uranian energy. It's also making a sextile uh, to that North Node as well, just like that Venus. So this Uranus in Leo and Venus in Aquarius is a very important part of her chart. I'd say it's some of the better aspects that could be the reason why we see that she's successful. She also has a trine between that Uranus moon, so more, the moon's a big part of the chart, and with it making a trine to Uranus, it's like as if having a moon in Aquarius. I think I'm going to leave it there for now. There's a lot more to talk about here, even without the houses. So very interesting, and I hope you have a great day.